What's good, YouTube? It's Universal Fragrances here, and we have a top 5 on the House of AMOUAGE. AMOUAGE is definitely one of my favorite houses, certainly, one of the kings of raw materials and natural smelling and high quality ingredients. They even won a sustainability award for frankincense, which is kind of cool. And they have frankincense and myrrh as a base in almost all of their fragrances, it seems. So they do have a very recognizable background. And we're gonna go ahead and try to keep this brief because I could probably make this a 30-minute long video on all these fragrances, but I don't think that would really help anybody out. So, number 5 from the House of AMOUAGE, one of my favorite tobacco fragrances. Notice how I said one of, because there is another one here that I do like a little bit better, but very well complemented, slightly smoky, got a cocoa, vanilla, slightly bourbony, boozy note to it. Blood orange and ginger at the top. There's nothing not to like about this fragrance, especially if you're a fan of tobacco. Very versatile as well because of the blood orange and ginger. You could wear it during the summertime, but more of a cooler weather fragrance, fall time. Definitely some fall vibes from this, but Boundless, wonderful fragrance. This could easily be in the #1 spot for a lot of people. So leave your top 5 down below in the comments because everybody's is going to be different for the House of AMOUAGE. So number 5, we've got Boundless here. And now at number 4, this is probably going to piss a lot of people off, but Jubilation Man. I love this fragrance, beautiful from the House of AMOUAGE. Maybe one of the most complimented by women, at least in my experience, but I've also had it a lot longer than these other 3 ahead of it. Blackberry, very heavy on the frankincense, the blackberry, the myrrh. A lot of woods in here. I believe it's got oud in the base as well. Sweet, resiny, masculine, just a beautiful fragrance. Again, this is probably along with Reflection Man or Reflection 45, the concentrate version, probably one of the most popular from the House of AMOUAGE other than perhaps Interlude. So for Reflection, I'm not a huge fan of that. It's a great fragrance, but these 5 I like a lot better than Reflection. And I had the opportunity, obviously, to buy Reflection 45. You see the Interlude 53 and the Royal Tobacco here, but I do like these better. I've had a sample of Reflection. Maybe it was just my skin or the sample I got. I already know the 45 will be better. But just for that fragrance DNA, not a huge fan of it. And I have a lot of, kind of citrusy, white, floral fragrances already in my collection, and I didn't need another one. And if I'm going to buy something from the House of AMOUAGE, these to me are more of a Middle Eastern and AMOUAGE feeling than Reflection, even though Reflection still does have, some of those similar notes in the base to make it familiar. But again, all these 5 I do like a lot better than Reflection Man, and you could put Lyric Man, Bracken Man, Beloved Man. There's just a lot from the House of AMOUAGE that people enjoy. So again, put your top 5 down below if you disagree with me, and let me know how you like it. Man, I'm gonna really have to do a full test on these last 3 real quick before I rank them, because these are unbelievable fragrances. Epic Man, I tell everybody that this is a very slept on fragrance and it's not very much talked about from the House of AMOUAGE. One of my favorites. It's got the berry essence, the sweetness, got a lot of spices. It's supposed to be modeled after kind of what the spices traded on the Silk Road were. And this is just a wonderful fragrance. Interlude 53, we all know Interlude. The Blue Beast, how do you make it more beastly? Well, you make it at a 53% concentration. So number 3, I'm gonna have to put Epic Man. And I love this fragrance, it's always growing on me. The fact that it's even above Jubilation and Boundless probably says a lot about how much I like it, especially for other people who would certainly rank Jubilation and Boundless ahead of Epic. I've seen it on a lot of people's lists, so man, you can't go wrong with Epic Man. Very well received from women, very much complimented. And number 2, I'm gonna have to go with Royal Tobacco, even though you guys know I'm a huge tobacco fan. This is one of my favorite fragrances. To me, man, this has like a licorice note with a lot of spice. It's almost very Christmassy. It's got like a lot of fir balsam or pine in there, like that type of smell. And with the pine, the licorice, the spices, the resins, and of course that rich, sweet, beautiful tobacco. Not really a smoky fragrance, in my opinion. I think Boundless is actually a little bit more smoky than the Royal Tobacco, but this is just beautiful stuff. Hard to not put this #1, but the reason I'm not putting it #1 is because Interlude 53 is just different, man. It's just different. It's special. And interlude, normal interlude, it was kind of a little bit of a back and forth on, do I buy regular interlude discounted for like 130 and just overspray the heck out of it to get interlude 53, or keep reapplying it? But it's not, you can't even compare it that way, because they're their same fragrance at the DNA, but this just smells so much more rich, smooth. You would think by adding a higher concentration it would make it louder, and in a lot of ways it's just made it sweeter and smoother and a little bit more harmonious. And I think the reason for that is they aged this for 6 months at their factory. It goes through some maceration there. It's such a dense fragrance. It's got so much sweetness and resins to it, but it's also got that oregano and pimento berry in the background. It's one of those things that you could just keep smelling it all day, especially when you spray this on your skin. It literally sticks with you. I mean, you can see the oil on your arm for hours after you apply this. I mean, you're just shining, you're glistening. So don't spray this on your clothes. You're never gonna get it out. Maybe from far away, if the mist is fine enough, but yeah, you'll stain a shirt trying to spray this stuff on clothing. I can't say enough about Interlude 53. It's a pretty new fragrance for me. I've only had it a couple weeks, and I didn't know how much better it was going to be than the regular Interlude, at least for me. Some people may say, oh, I like the regular Interlude better. I'm not paying that much just for more oil concentration. To me, this one is different, and I have the Interlude and the Interlude Black Iris. And man, the Interlude 53, it's for me, it's worth the money. I'll probably have this bottle for 15 to 20 years with the way my collection is now and how strong this fragrance is. Especially these two occasion-based fragrances, not something, at least for me, that I would wear as a signature scent or wear every day. Now, during the cold weather, these things are going to take a major hit, because for me, that's what this is all about. These two fragrances, especially the Royal Tobacco, with the kind of Christmassy vibes it gets. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me know what your top 5 is. Again, love the House of AMOUAGE, love the natural smells and the quality of the raw materials that they use. I think that's a lot of people's favorite thing about the House of AMOUAGE, is you're getting a very, very natural and legitimate product. So again, let me know what you guys think, and put your top 5 of your AMOUAGE down below. See y'all next time. Bye.